Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Liz111 and welcome back to another episode of Doki Literature Club. This is going to be episode... I still have no clue. I received, basically... So, the timing on these videos is a little bit messed up because on the side stories videos, of course you saw them on Monday, basically pushed back all of the episodes back 2 episodes more than I thought that they would be because the side story was... there were may more side stories than I thought there were. Yeah, because I got this email right after I finished the end of the side stories, and I basically read it towards the end of the video. It reads, I'm on leave the rest of the week. Contact Ravi if you need to schedule server time, but I expect my jobs to run for a few days since we've collected so much data this week. How about we arrange a meeting to discuss the results when I return? I've Lester, senior engineer. So I have no clue what this is supposed to mean. It's dated Monday, December 9th, 2019 at 12:06 a.m., which is good 3 years ago at this point. Well, not 2 years, I guess. I've Lester. I have no clue who that dude is. So I'm going to go ahead and try and look him up. So I've Lester. Who is I've Laster? So I figured, okay. So DDLC comments. Is it one of the girls and of who? I don't know who I'm talking about. I've Laster is a person mentioned in Hidden Desk Files in DDLC Plus. Either it's a test subject, employer, both the mini matrix, like a project they're undertaking. There are several. Sort on the names, including they are employees of the Metaverse Enterprise Solutions. Why do you think that they represent characters inside their VM? Because they said RO is aware. So yeah, that's pretty much the only information we have on that. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. The mail situation has first showed up. Oh yeah, I also got this too. I don't know what that was from, but I thought it was pretty funny or cute. So, let's see here. Yeah, during the poem game, write a perfect poem for Natsuki. Yeah, that's what I get. So I deserve this picture. All right, I worked for it. You don't know how long I spent trying to get a perfect poem out of this game. But yeah, let's go ahead and start playing again. I actually kind of like the computer feature. It was kind of confusing as hell at first, but I've gotten around it. I'm starting to warm up to it. And yes, I did save my game. So I can't believe this. Natsuki's going to be coming to my house on Sunday. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me she was looking forward to it. Is this a chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it a little too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. Seriously, I can't wait. Alright then, that should be interesting. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. She's almost a completely different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she's left the club the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decided to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we're family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Thomas. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It's been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is always as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? Yeah, but wait, how'd you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep us informed about the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Natsuki then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stands in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Thomas. Huh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. I just wants to torture me. Sayori, I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Thomas. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Thomas? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like, and why I just want to make everyone happy, without everyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time I've known her? Did she really want so badly just for me to not to think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend, because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do, I would have tried a little harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Thomas. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you'd have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing the important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care for me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided that the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori, but I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Thomas, there's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I just made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here, and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish, that's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time I pulled her into a tight embrace. Thomas, Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thomas, Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Thomas, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you won't let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Thomas. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain, but your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go, and as she does, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to come meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? All right. I look forward to it. I don't. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki's about to come over too. I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. Yeah, that's about the only thing we can do. I spent only a few minutes back at home and anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. There she is. Sup? Hey, what's up? I'm Pruitt. Hey, I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes their uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Geez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's going to be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Yeah, I sure did. This is a pretty well-equipped kitchen, yeah? Natsuki's carrying a large bag. It's probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. I just said that. Are you fucking copying me? You brought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't have them already at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go into the kitchen. What, you're not even going to offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Thomas? Come on, since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. This is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I'm impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey, your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? Yeah, size has nothing to do with it, ladies. It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also be better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey, now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know. And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Natsuki catches her word and her face turns red. Natsuki, forget it. I didn't say anything. I should apologize. I appreciate you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. How do you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. I mean, I'm not... I understand that whole deal. It's just I'm tall myself. I'm like 6'1", 6'2". So if I had like a really small girlfriend, it would kind of look like a fucking circus vest. Just kind of like, Jerry the fucker. Other than that, I mean, what the hell? It doesn't really matter. Gross. Hey, was that to me? Who else? Man, let's just get started already. You get all sour when a girl calls you gross? I finally found your weakness, Thomas. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults than that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled liquid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki's babysitting all my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Thomas, where'd you put the food coloring? The batter's in the oven soon. I'll need to fill the trays. Do you know what? Everyone just has that weird drawer in their kitchen with all the random stuff like food coloring, or is that just me? I have a random stuff drawer just right by my stove. Just a few cupboards away from my stove. It's there. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can we at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki's trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Oh, that does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up. Like the ones you made on the first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes, like Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki's proud like that too. Yeah, maybe I'll use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We're using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with the whisk and huge bowl for the icing. The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah, it just takes a little longer. Geez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next! I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some out of my finger just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face! Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's chest. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Geez, you know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes off her finger before shoving a finger towards my face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist before my hand and reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use the other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Stop! That's a good one. I think I already used this as a thumbnail, though. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I didn't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do it to me all the time, you know? Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In case I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking the icing. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki's so surprised she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Thomas, you really shouldn't do that kind of things to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the moon turn this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Huh? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes to the oven. Is something burning? I thought I didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, you dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah, the tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. What kind of dumbass trays are you putting in that causes that? Frickin' stainless steel, man. You gotta get quality cooking materials, all right? Mostly all I use them for is cooking pizzas, though. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened. Ah, that smells so good! The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look how cute they all look! She proudly shows up the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. I brought the decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make it look all nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. They probably won't be using it this time, though. What is this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake, like happy birthday or whatever. Huh, I see. That gives me an idea, actually. Yeah, well, it's a literature event, right? We can make it more literature-themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid, but that's actually a really cute idea, so maybe I'm getting it from you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on, we're at school, nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and expect me not to think that you're cute. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Huh? Did you just say something? No, nothing. Let's just get with the icing. Natsuki picks the face and fastens the nozzle into each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki put them all side by side to admire our work. Look how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she were here, she'd probably down 10 cupcakes already, and she'd still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to get home for dinner. Already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you always have this chance. Man, as usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she'd listen to me the way she listens to you. Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point I felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work for today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Not bad. Just like that, Natsuki's already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I just have a few options here for the thumbnail. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki? Huh? What you said about before about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over any time, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere. Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Thomas, I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki, standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matched eyes filled my vision, along with their slightly parted lips. What's happening? My head starts to get dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me. I've felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori! Huh? Hi, Thomas. Sayori, just now we weren't... It's okay, Thomas. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off, and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy. that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to roll down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Thomas? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Thomas. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind's making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side so you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Thomas. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Thomas, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said that I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Sayori, alright, so I chose this option here, so I guess I'll go with this, because I already know what happens, but I want to get the picture, so. I love you. Huh? Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner, but spending time with everyone in the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you were truly the most important thing to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we can continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I'll know we'll both be happy. Thomas. Oh, suddenly Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. That's a good picture. I'm pretty sure I already used it, though. Thomas, is this really okay? Yeah. I held Sayori in my arms and pulled her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Thomas. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What's this, Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought that this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now, why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Thomas. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. All that matters right now. Okay, I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always has been, even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Thomas. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Huh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I feel like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me, but that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I would be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is this what Sayori meant by not wanting things to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it anything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Alright. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house and waking her up, but I decided it's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself after carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki's already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I could spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Thomas, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. It's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica's placing the little booklets on each of the desks at the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared to have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a written poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. That's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think on this day is as important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said that because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all? You should take a little responsibility for her, Thomas. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Every time, that fucking... That statement right there. That statement. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? That statement is just always fucks with me, bro. Monica, do you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. Yeah, literally, the club president knows everything. I get it, okay? I get it. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I really didn't plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems for the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's the one I haven't read before. Yeah, this one. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Get out of my head. Yeah, this is that again. What is this? Reading this poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Thomas, what's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself! Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Yeah, fuck you, Monica. Don't tell me what to do. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and that's all I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori, she really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. This really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Yeah, okay, so... I'm kind of debating... Oh, well, I'll show it again. I was kind of debating whether to show it again this time. Because, you know, I don't want as many disturbing episodes. But I'll do it. Why not? Sayori... Yeah. It doesn't matter what we do. That happens all the time. And I turned the music on last time, but I turned off this time. File, game, scripts, line 307, see trace back for details. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it was for others to care about her. That's why I did confess to her and made her feel even worse. Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I could just reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. Yeah, end. But it's not really the end, is it? It just stops moving. As of course the old saying goes there. But yeah, there it goes. There goes Sayori again. Monica removing her from the game, as usual. So, yeah, that was a nice look into Natsuki, but obviously we're not done with her story yet. There's some other aspects that will need to change. But yeah, let's actually see if there's anything new here that we haven't seen yet. Showed up. This one, of course, we know about this. Choose to help Natsuki for festival preparations. And then this one, of course, reply, I love you. We know that one. What about this? This is the protagonist kitchen, yeah. Any new ones that we got? Okay, apparently so choosing those two options didn't give us any new pictures, but yeah. We got some backgrounds still now. I don't know what this one will... These ones have yet to be achieved. And, of course, I am now 58% data completed. So, yeah, that's going to have to be it for today, guys. My name is LaserFighter111. If you guys want to see more DDLC, be sure to leave a like. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video for more awesome content. And I will see you guys later.